Hi everybody, welcome back to the Quest for Sustainability. I'm Maria Bosted, the founder and owner of Po Campo and the designer of all of our bags. For this second episode, we're going to be talking about product lifecycle, how we can help our customers keep using their bags for longer. I will be calling up my friend Nicole Bassett, one of the co-founders of the Renewal Workshop, to help get her perspective on this, since that's a specialty of hers. As I briefly wrote in the email, or we had talked about before, we're trying to develop this new sustainable product because a lot of our customers because it's good for the environment. So it seems like the products that we're selling should also be as good for the environment as possible. And there's so many ways that you can be eco-friendly. So we're trying to determine what makes sense for our brand and our product.
The workshop really was created essentially to help brands who are in the apparel and textile bags industry to think about how to use their products longer. And a big reason of that is that we are in a business model today where brands make things, customers use them, and at the end of their life, there's really nowhere for it to go. So that product ends up ultimately in landfill. And often things go to landfill too early. And when you look at the opportunity environmentally, if we use products longer, the environmental impact is so much greater, because the first thing is you're avoiding things from going into landfill. So you're actually recouping a negative. And then the other thing is you don't need to make a new thing to replace it. So you might have customers who are just getting into cycling and don't want to spend a lot of money to get the latest and greatest, but they also don't want a crappy product either, right? So if they could get a renewed Po Campo bag instead to get as a way to entry into the marketplace, it's exciting. What's interesting, I think, actually for you guys is that when you see product that's really well used, how much does that then start to influence in future design? The other thing to think about is, are there opportunities for more modular type designs where you could swap in and out components of the bag? There's something very intuitive about being wasteful that people just don't like it. They just it's very visceral. So that part is really big for the customer.
I think part of my resistance to putting up a lot of how to repair your bag and all that sort of stuff is it says that something might go wrong with the bag. So I worry about quality perceptions. On one hand, I know nobody expects a bag to last forever. On the other hand, there's this value in having really tough looking bags because it can take a beating, they picture themselves putting on their bike, and since our bags already look more stylish and a little bit more pretty, I feel like we're already kind of battling this bias that people don't trust that it's going to be a tough bag. And so if we are very prominent with our messaging that here's how you repair it if something goes wrong, I'm worried that people will be like, oh, see, it's not it's not guaranteed for life.
Just because it looks pretty doesn't mean the quality's less. You're going out and saying, this is amazing quality product. We want it to last forever. We want you to be happy for a long time. And shit happens. And if something breaks, we want you to know we've got your back. That kind of messaging, I think, is totally reasonable and actually reinforces your original branding around quality.
Yeah, thanks for your input.
I'm sorry I was late.
Oh, no problem. I'll talk to you later.
Awesome. Okay, great. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to
meet you too. Bye.
Okay, so we just had a conversation with Nicole from the Renewal Workshop about product lifecycle.
I thought it was awesome. Your customers already do love your product, and they, so many of them do reach out to you and say, I don't want to, give it up just yet. Is there a way that I can fix this or that? Because they're already doing that, I think that just speaks to how much they love your product already and how they want it to keep going, it still be a part of their lives. So it's really just about tweaking the narrative to put those specific customers in perspective and not the naysayers or the ones that would think it's already it's weak because it's pretty and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it feels like we live in such a throwaway society that I feel like people are oh, whatever, I'll just get a new one.
Yeah.
But I do think that if it's something that you do really love to use, you don't want to just chuck it. Toss it. I also really like the idea of paying attention to the design and designing for repair. But one of the designs that we're working on for next year has this bungee cord system for attaching it to your bike, and I know bungees just stretch with time, so that was one thing we had thought about, was how you could replace the bungee yourself. So I feel like that was like one step in the new direction. We are starting a campaign to ask our customers to send us pictures of their older products, and part of that is I want to see the love of the bags, of course, but I also want to see like what parts of the bags are wearing, so that we can either reinforce that in the design or think about how they could be mended. I'm also thinking about one of the best ways to grow your business is to sell your loyal customers more things instead of always having to find new customers. So if you're not selling the bags, what else would you be selling them?
I think the memberships are like something that is more common nowadays. You know, it's not just like Stitch Fix, it's like sending you things. I thought about Girls on Bikes. They're like this educational platform based out of New Jersey.
Oh yeah, I followed on Instagram.
Yeah. So they do a lot of workshops. And it's like, what if you had, you know, just like a meet and greet style thing, but also like, let's look at your well-loved sort of like pieces. And it could just be your bags. It could be like other things.
Okay, so I thought it would be helpful just to kind of sketch out our product life cycle now, so you can see the opportunities to extend it or make it more circular instead of linear, which is what it is now. And while I have your attention, subscribe to this channel. Just hit the subscribe button, and then after you do that, there will be this little bell that shows up. Hit that so you get notifications of when we post a new episode. Thank you.